Howdy my peeps and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a digital speed painting, which I haven't done in a bit. Especially, I definitely didn't do any during October with the exception of the Patreon speed painting. But anyways, before we get into that, I would like to give a shout out to Tania Uwu, who's the comment of the week. Thank you so much for your comment. If you would like to be the comment of the week, all you have to do is comment on any video. That could have been you. I'm also on Patreon, and I also have an Etsy shop, and inshallah, I'll be adding some new stuff there soon, so, look out for that. But anyways, like I said, this was my first digital speed painting that I've done in a minute, outside of, Patreon stuff. Also outside of, get this, oh my goodness, the comic. Wow, I finally worked on it was it last week or was it a couple of weeks ago? But I drew one page. But you know what, it's a start. So outside of that and Patreon stuff, I haven't really done much digital stuff, especially since I was focused on Cheektober and Peachtober and experimenting with Copic markers, which was fun, I will say. And I actually, because I'm not going to say I have a problem, but I have a preference when it comes to art supplies. We know this. And I actually got 2 new Copics today, which is super exciting. And they're both dull colors, which is not like the colors that I had started getting when I first started getting Copics. But you know what? I'm excited about them. I swatched them. They're wonderful, and I can't wait to use them in a drawing. And I was going to use them in a drawing that was going to be today's video. However, I was like, you know what? I haven't done any digital stuff on my channel in a bit, so you know what, let's do that. Let's put the Copics aside for a moment. Everyone knows they're amazing. We're just gonna put those aside for a bit, and we're gonna do this instead. As you've no doubt noticed if you've been here for a bit, this is not like my typical style at all. It's not even like my alternative style. This is something new. This is something fresh. This may even be something funky. I was sketching in my sketchbook, as you do, earlier, and I was just messing around, and I randomly came across did this type of style. The sketch that I did does not look anything, well, it looks somewhat similar, but it's not quite like this. In fact, here's that sketch. I actually like this sketch a lot more than this finished drawing here. It could be because of the simplicity of it. It could just be that I wasn't really thinking about it when I drew the sketch, versus when I sat down to do this drawing, I was thinking about it more, and I don't know, more concerned with it looking a certain way, which, sometimes I feel can affect the outcome a bit. So I do prefer the sketch over the finished thing, but that's beside the point. I was just messing around, and I was like, wow, this is neat, and who knows, maybe I would like this to be another alternative art style that I use for certain things. I do think it's a fun art style, and it would be nice for certain things. I feel like the reason for this art style coming about is definitely the fact that I've been rewatching Gravity Falls recently, and I actually, sketched my characters as Gravity Fall characters right before I did this, so I'm thinking that that's how this came about. So, that's something, and, it was a lot of fun. I also sketched my dog, which you'll see all of that, in a sketchbook tour at some point. It's not coming anytime soon. I'm just being honest with you. I've got a long way to go, so you're gonna have to wait on that. But I did sketch my dog, and I think it's absolutely hilarious what I've done with her. But anyways, I've talked about art styles and stuff before, and how to develop them, and I used those techniques unknowingly. This time around, I never really, well, I'm not gonna say never, but typically I don't sit down with the intention of creating a new art style. I usually just stumble upon it, just like I did this time around. Just I feel like art styles in general are just like based off of random things that you've seen all mushed together into one. And I do feel like unless it's like something you really want to do, like if you really want to sit down and like develop something from scratch, I don't feel like it's something that you should worry about too much, basically. Worrying about whether or not you have a specific style. I feel like it just is something that just will come at some point. Especially if you're like looking at a bunch of different art styles and doing a bunch of different things. Yeah. I don't really have like a specific topic or anything I want to talk about, or nothing. It's at the time of me recording, it's the end of daylight saving time, and I'm like, normally it would be 9 o'clock in the evening right now, but it's not. It's saying that it's 8, but it doesn't feel like it's 8. Basically, my brain is like, it's done right now, so I apologize if this is all over the place, which I feel like it is, but you know what, it do be like that sometimes. But anyways, speaking of doing different things with my art and accidentally coming across things, the other day I was sketching in my journal, which is like lined notebook paper, and I just randomly drew these like little lines on my characters' faces, like in their nose area, because I was trying to figure out how to draw Lince's nose from the front, and still make it look like him, because that's something that I struggle with a little bit sometimes. And so the thing that I came up with were these little lines to kind of help you get an idea of the shape of his nose without like drawing too many. I don't know, that made no sense. I feel like that's something I have to show you rather than tell you. I don't know. But like every now and then I would just like draw these little lines to indicate like shadow, like shading. But then I decided to just do that anyways in my sketches whenever I'm drawing him just drawing him in general, to kind of indicate the shape of the bridge of his nose. And I'm quite liking that look, and I do like how it looks from the front. I think it does help kind of indicate the shape of his nose without drawing weird lines in that area and making it look kind of messy. And I'm having a lot of fun with that. During Peachtober and Cheektober, I didn't really do a lot of sketching in my sketchbook because I was just doing so many like finished things, and I didn't want to overdo it and hurt my arm. If you don't know, I have cubital tunnel, so I have to be careful with what I do and how much I do and how quickly I do it. So I didn't want to do too much, so I kind of cut back on sketchbook sketching and focus more on the challenge at hand. But now that that's over and I'm not doing as many of those, I'm getting back into just sketching in my sketchbook, which, you know, I like both of those things, and, you know, I would like to continue to do some of those, just like randomly throughout the way, I was trying to say week, but then I was also trying to say day, so it became way. Anyways, I also have this other style that I don't really do finished stuff with. I only do it, use this style for like miniature little storytelling bits in my sketchbook. That makes no sense. But like I'll draw like a little scene of like characters doing stuff, and it's like this very specific style that I use for that. Once again, it's something that I just kind of randomly did one day. I just like, it's like a really small style. It's like when I want to do like a full body character, but I don't want to like actually focus on like anatomy and like fill a page, so it's like really small, and all the faces are like not really detailed and stuff, and I think it's really cute. So I did a few of those in my sketchbook the other day, and those were a lot of fun. Anyways, if you would like to see some of my sketches, I do post sketch dumps every now and then on my Instagram. If you like to, you know, see those before I actually upload the sketchbook tour, which, like I said, it's going to be a while before I actually do that because I still have a ways to go in my current sketchbook. I've got a long way to go. But anyways, this is how the drawing turned out. I hope you like it. It's not quite what I imagined, but I had fun with it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to my patrons, Turtle Bun Buns, Ariana, and Sister Donna 55. Thank you so much for being my patrons. I really appreciate you and everything that you do. Well, I'm also on Etsy and Copic and TikTok and other forms of social media. You can check the links in the description if you like. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please enjoy the rest of your day, my peeps.